Boom. Legacy of Phrecia. Fuck. I mean, fac. How do you actually pronounce that? Fuck or fac? I guess it's fac. Or FAQ. I don't know. Legacy of Phrecia event, the PoE 1. We've seen lots of questions from the community regarding the event. We'll be answering the most common ones in this news post, as well as showcasing 3 more Ascendancy classes. Oshabi, the Ranger, and Antiquarian, the Marauder, and Surfcaster on the Shadow. Wait, hold up a minute now. Wait. I thought the Arakali one, the Arakali, wasn't this the Shadow? Which one is this then? But why? So they are actually doing 3 per class. I was like, oh, they're only giving us 1 per class. So I'll take it back then. I must have missed some crucial info here. So there will be 3 different ones per class. That's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Interesting. Holy shit. I don't know. I must have been asleep or something. Daughter of Oshabi, Ranger, gives us... Here's the starting. So we start here. Oath of the Magi. Defensive equipped body armor are doubled if it has no socket to gems. 60% to all resistances if you have an equipped helmet with no socket to gems. And increased life if you have equipped gloves with no gems. And movement speed if you have boots with no socket to gems. Okay. And that leads into forest tracking, which is increased attack damage per 450 evasion rating. Rare and unique enemies within 120 meters have minimap icons. Okay. On the right, we have Roots of the Grove. All damage inflicts poison against enemies affected by at least 5 grasping vines. Inflict 1 grasping vine on hit. On the bottom right, we have Woodland Shrines. Trigger level 20. Create lesser shrine when you kill an enemy. All right, there is a cooldown on it. You're telling me that you just kill an enemy, you get a lesser shrine. Interesting. Gain a random shrine buff every 10 seconds. But for how long? Gain a random shrine buff every 10 seconds. Huh? How long does the shrines last? Like 40 seconds or something? 20? 30? 40? 20 seconds if it is from this enchant from the runesmith, which we had, right? So you'll get to have 2 effects, right? Okay. That's still pretty cool. On the left, we have +2 to maximum number of sacred wisps, +2 number of sacred wisps summoned. Okay. Skill support of a spell slinger have cool 50% CDR and 50% reduced mana reservation. Okay. Yeah, 20 seconds is the lesser. Normal ones are 45. But this one looks like the runesmith one, which we just googled, right? This is going to be pretty interesting. I like the sound of this one. All right, that's the Ranger. Marauder. Let's start with the top right corner. The first node, Exhibit 122, Lionized Air. Your hits can't be evaded, and you get reduced dexterity. That leads over to Lionized Bow, which gives you far shot. That's not too far. Okay. The other one is Lionized Shield, -100 physical damage taken from projectile attacks, and gain 50% chance to block it from equipped shield instead of the shield's value. On the right-hand side, we're first connecting to this one here, Goliath Knuckle. You have no intelligence. But, I mean, that's a given choosing the Marauder class to begin with, but you get plus strength. Okay. That leads to 1,000 increased stun and block recovery. Why would anyone care about that? I don't know. And then the bottom note is 1% increased duration per 10 strength. Huh. Kulguran armor is gain a ward instead of 50% of armor and evasion from equipped body armor. What the fuck? Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. And that leads to faster restoration of ward and increased global defenses. And it leads to gaining adrenaline for 10 seconds when the ward breaks. Quite interesting. I'm just not sure if I want my entire ascendancy just to give me defensive stats, though. But it looks interesting. Not my cup of tea, I'll tell you that. Surfcaster. Starting with the top left corner, this one here. And this one is Stormy Seas. 100% of lightning damage converted to cold. Your cold damage can now shock. This leads to the changing seasons. All damage taken from hits can chill you. The effect of chill on you is reversed. Huh. So this is your ward loop build? You chill yourself, but instead of lowering your action speed, it increases your action speed. Interesting. Glacial Wave. Enemies chilled by your hits lessen their damage dealt by half of your chill effect. Enemies chilled by your hits have damage taken increased by chill effects. Wow. Not just cold damage, just straight up increased damage taken. Very, very interesting. It also leads to within the Tempest, enemies you kill are shocked. Shocks you inflict spread to other enemies within 1.5 meters. And the shock is a 15% shock for 2-second duration. And it also leads to brine sound, 50% chance to freeze enemies for 1 second when they hit you. Enemies you freeze remain frozen for at least 1 second. What the fuck? I mean, these notes here are crazy. Ghost of the Deep. You are touched by a tormented illegal fisherman, which just straight up gives you increased damage, attack, be cast, be movement. What the fuck is this node? Well, you're telling me in the first ascendancy, you can be like, yeah, you know what? I just want 30 APS and cast speed and movement speed just straight off the bat, and I get increased damage. What the fuck, dude? Sea Legs is the other one, and that says 30% to cold and lightning rust. Critical strike chances increased by overcapped lightning rust. Evasion rating is increased by overcapped cold rust. Sea Legs. Next note is this one. Screaming Reels. 50% more cast speed while holding a fishing rod. 50%. And now it goes to Bated Breath. All hits are critical strikes while holding a fishing rod. Fury fishing rod. Holy shit. Okay, this is kind of funny. Oh my god. You can actually get a merciless fishing rod with a Tyrant card. I didn't even know that. Okay. Fishing rod can drop anywhere. Fishing rods only drop with characters with a Fairgrave, Strike 4, and equipped. That's how you farm them, unless you get from the div cards. Oh my lord. Okay. Very, very interesting class, I'll tell you that. Oh, that woke me up. Oh, good morning. Bless you, thank you. Whew, holy shit. No, my lungs are still intact. We're good, boys. This is a very, very fun class. Imagine actually making a build using a fucking fishing rod. But like the left side looks crazy cool as well. This is one of the more interesting ones, in my opinion. Or at least the one that fits more. It's more in line with the kind of playstyle that I would like to play or like to see. This is pretty cool. Fishing rod builds. What the fuck, man? It will zoom, yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. Holy shit, I sneezed my lungs out. We have a number of important questions we want to clarify. Here are some of our answers below. Please keep them coming, and we'll try to address as much of your feedback and questions as possible. When is the event? We'll be announcing this very soon. Keep an eye out on an upcoming event. Announcements. How powerful are the idols? What is expected about the juicing compared to the Atlas tree? Idols can be found as either magic or rare. They are unmodifiable, but each modifier is approximately 2 or 3 times the power of a corresponding Atlas tree node. Not all stats reflective of this, however. For example, if you had a 100% chance that strong boxes be reopenable, you'd be opening the same strong box all day. So in some cases, the stats are more conservative values. In another case, they're higher, like being able to get more ritual rerolls and even reduce the cost of rerolls to be free. It is relatively difficult to describe the power difference between the system and the Atlas tree, but with a fully optimized set of idols, you could easily have more than 3 times the amount of different content or 3 times the power of one type of content. How do the idols drop, and how often are we expected to find an idol? The idols are in the core drop pool and will start dropping at endgame. They completely scale with juicing, and there's also a static drop chance of 50% of them to drop from the final boss in a map to alleviate randomness. It is not intended that you are at the whims of randomness to find these, as they are the gateway to fun. This sounds to me that unless, well, they might have that as well, but maybe they have certain modifiers only dropping at certain item levels. This to me screams that you'd be doing boss spamming. Like if you want to farm idols, you'd basically just bum rush bosses to drop them. And if there is no item level requirement for the modifiers, you could theoretically literally do low tier maps and just bum rush the boss, kill it, bum rush the boss, kill it, and just rinse repeat that process over and over and over again to farm idols. Theoretically, we'll see. As you get further into the endgame and start applying more juice to your map, you'll find more and more of these, certainly getting many per map. I mean, if it's many per map, you might not do the boss farming strategy, but it's an option, I guess, in the start. Is the idol system replacing the Atlas tree? Only during this event. It is an old throwaway idea. We didn't think would be good enough to replace the Atlas tree. Thank you. For this event, we wanted to create an almost alternative reality Rayclass vibe, and thought this would be interesting to experience alongside the alternative ascendancy class ideas also. After the event, we'll be adding the alternative ascendancy classes and alternate endgame idols to the private league list so that people can have leagues with just one or the other at their leisure. The idol mechanic seems to be one that is lacking quality of life features. Given the feedback, are you considering improving this, or would you consider adding it during the event? Yes, the original intention was to be able to deliver an event quickly to give something new and fresh to play, while to help fill the time until we can deliver an expansion. Given the popularity and feedback of this event, we decided to develop these ideas further, so we are currently, literally at the time of writing this, now implementing a loadout-like system for the idols. That's good. Hopefully, this will be ready in time, but if not, we'll be shortly into the event starting.
You couldn't resist the power of my stream. Welcome to the fam, my dude.
Thank you, Convict, for the sub, man. Appreciate that, dude. 2 fucking years already. Thank you, man. Thank you. Is there a meta system to the idol mechanic? Yes. Initially, there are locked slots, similar to Relics from Sanctum. You can unlock these slots by completing the same content that unlocked favored map slots. This will allow you to use the entire inventory and maximize your juice. You initially have access to 20 slots and can eventually unlock 12 to get a total of 32. Are there any rewards for participation in this event? Yes! Are we going to get 1 mystery strongbox? We will release a video of an armor set you'll be able to earn by achieving level thresholds in the event. Oh, an entire armor set. Please be good. Currently, we're aiming for level 80 to attain all 4 pieces of the armor set. That's pretty nice. I like that. This is basically what GGG has done in the past as well, where they essentially allow you to grab free transmogs or MTXs for your outfits or gear, portal effects, or whatever. Like, there's so many things, or even skill MTXs in some cases, where you can get some pretty cool things just by playing the leagues. And it's pretty nice to see that they're doing something similar for this event as well. I mean, it's, you know, we're still, what, 7-8 months of nothing in Period 1, so I'm not saying we should get this, but it's nice that they do stuff like this in general. Is this content being used as a testing ground for future expansions or Path of Exile 2? Not at all. As mentioned, this was a throwaway development idea from the past, and we have no current plans to use it for anything outside of being a future private league modifier. I do like this a lot, because I think a lot of people are concerned that a lot of what GGG is doing now is going to be have the purpose of being tested to the community with the intent of seeing, is this well received, so can we now apply that to PoE 2 or PoE 1 expansions, for example. So saying that this specifically, like the idols and the ascendancy classes that they're doing here, is not intended to be that, is a reassurance for those people. There are concerns that 1 month isn't long enough. Would you consider running this event or some deviation of it again, or perhaps extending the duration? We're completely open to running additional events in the future using these based on your feedback. We're also open to extending the duration to give players more time to experiment and find all the broken builds with the ascendancy classes, give more opportunity to earn the armor set mentioned above. The intention here was to help fill the time until we can deliver the much desired and deserved expansion, so we can extend events and run more to fill that time until 3.26 is ready, so it depends on that. Atlas passive nodes close to the tree origin bias hard towards map sustain. Will there be anything similar in Legacy of Phrecia, such as low-level idols biasing hard towards map sustain? We've just added implicit modifiers to the idol that grant % chance to increase drop maps. This should mean even if you find an idol that isn't ideal for your strategy, you can still use it to sustain more maps. Okay, I guess that's a fair take. Will the effect of Atlas blocker nodes such as Black Thumb or your maps cannot contain harvest and cannot drop harvest scarab be available? These are available in the form of unique idols. Okay. Will Legacy of Phrecia be parented to the Settlers League, to Standard, or something else? They will be parented to Settlers. Okay. When your character are migrated out of the league, their ascendancy points are respect, and you'll be assigned one of the core ascendancy classes. Given that this is using Settlers League as a base, doing all the town upgrading again is becoming tiring. Can there be a way to make this more efficient? Yes, we'll be making early upgrades, in particular cheaper in Settlers League, including this event and the Core League, to streamline this process. Okay. I mean, that's fair, because that's something I was kind of annoyed with, because I like the whole building the town was kind of tedious in general. But, I mean, this is good. These are good answers. I do like the reassurance of the whole testing for PoE 2. Like, this one here is pretty big. I like that a lot. It's not a bad thing. I like it. The Surfcaster is fucking nutty, though. And we can use a fishing rod. I mean, that's fun. They are providing us with some very interesting, fun ideas to play around with. I think this will be the first time we'll actually see people actively crafting and utilizing and actually just wielding and actually playing with fishing rods outside of it being a goddamn meme. This will be fun. I don't really have anything else to say. This is more like me checking out the news and seeing what my take on it is. I don't have anything negative to say. It looks interesting. And I'm happy to see that this is intended to be just a fun event thing rather than replacing the Atlas tree, which was one of my concerns moving forward. But we'll see how it feels. Maybe it's a great replacement for it. I'm not sure. We'll see how the community reacts to it. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content, leave a comment down below what do you guys think of this information, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe and keep rocking.